Well, it's about that time. Shall we begin?
I'm sorry.
Shall we begin? Jim will be a little bit late.
Okay, what about, oh, Dave is not here?
No, not.
Okay.
I'll be,
You'll be sitting in for him?
yeah, I'll
Okay,
be sitting in for Dave. He's out this
okay.
week.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Let's call this meeting to order. Roll call. Roberts is here.
Johnson present.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, Jessica, anybody here presently for any public comment?
We do have one member present. However, I'm not quite sure if she would like to speak. Ms. Django is with us.
Okay, shall we unmute her and see if she is here to speak or just to listen? Hi, Shauna, this is Debbie Roberts. How are you?
Hi, Debbie. I'm good.
Are you here to make a public comment or here to listen?
No, I'm here to make a public comment.
Okay, you have 3 minutes to do so. So let's go ahead and start then.
Okay. I just wanted to give you an update regarding the Sandia Creek Gate. Information is being disseminated that is incorrect, such as the Sandia Creek Gate Committee update on 4/30. It incorrectly stated that the county had rejected my appeal. And actually, that is to the contrary. They are accepting my appeal. We are having a live Zoom meeting in case you would like to attend at 9 o'clock on, I believe it is Friday. On Thursday, we're having a rehearsal. But it's my understanding, and based on the documents that they provided me, that they are going to go ahead and recommend that my appeal be allowed to go forward because I do have standing. So I was just wondering, how come you guys have taken a position to support the gate? You know, your Kaiser Kaiser Aetna landholders absolutely do have standing, and it's just surprising that you know, that you guys haven't taken a position. It looks to me like it's I guess what you would call unlawfully attempting to rewrite the terms of an easement. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I don't know. I'm very, very surprised that you guys haven't taken a position. And then the last thing that I think that you guys should know is that your MSR review with LAFCO isn't actually completed yet. So there's that. That's all I'd like to say. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for the information. Okay, let's move on. Let's see, number C, the minutes for April 13th. Any questions, comments, anything of that nature from you, Ray, or anyone else?
No.
Okay, nothing here, so those minutes are so approved. Okay, moving on. Okay, so let's see, Ron, you're going to be talking on behalf of Dave Hunt, Sandia Creek, and the Via Vaquero Reconstruction Project.
Yeah, so as I kind of said, Dave Hunt's not going to be able to make it here today, so I'll be sitting in for him. So as far as Sandia Creek and Via Vaquero go, we're still going through the permitting process, but as we mentioned last meeting, we have updated the plans. We have been reaching out to the environmental agencies, and everything's going according to schedule. It's still looking like, you know, we can pull permits by July the earliest, so that's all good news to hear.
Okay.
Glad to see everything progressing. And then as far as the plans, they're all ready to go. We're just making sure we get everything in line to negotiate with the contractor for the updates for the FEMA. So everything's still moving along, and we have our fingers crossed getting everything going. So we want to get this done.
Definitely, we agree here. Very good. Thank you for the update on that. Okay, next you also have Buena Vista.
Yes, and I believe Jessica sent out a staff report that we're hoping to put into the board meeting next week, next week, as far as allowing us to go out to bid for the Buena Vista project. So everything is done. The plans have been completed. This whole PS&E specs estimate, that's all ready to go, and we are ready to go to bid. So we're going to be recommending that we take this project out to bid and start accepting bids from the contractor, and then let that go, find the lowest responsible bidder, and get this ready to go so we can get into construction as soon as possible once we get those permits again.
Okay, all righty. And you'll be advertising for these individuals. How do you do that?
So basically, there's multiple ways we do advertise, but of course, the first step will be getting approval from the board to go out to bid.
Mhm.
And then the next step is going to be typically with Duluth, they advertise it in the paper. It's the Press Enterprise, I believe.
Okay.
Hopefully I got that name correct. But then we also put it on, which this day and age, everything's electronic. So we put everything out on what it's called the green room, contractor green room, I believe. And they post it to a bunch of different websites. And then there's about I think it's depending on the project and the timing, it's usually about a 4-week bid period. Throughout that time, the contractors have to have their chance to ask questions and anything they want to know about the bid. And then if we have to issue any addendums based on that questions that they may have, we issue addendums, and everything gets sent out to everybody, so it's an even playing field. And then at that time, if it's a 4-week bid period, the district will close bids. We'll close the selection of bids, and then the bids will come in, and then we'll publicly open all the bids. It's newer now because with the pandemic. I think we did it last time via Zoom.
Mhm.
But assume we're doing it the same way this time. So we'll open all the bids, unsealed envelopes, so everyone knows there was no funny business going on. And then we'll just read the bids out. And then the next step will be us, Willdan will create a bid analysis spreadsheet. And at that point, we determine the lowest responsible bidder. And then we'll go to the next board meeting and recommend award of the contract once we get to there. So
Okay,
it's a long process, but it's the same way we've done it for the last couple of projects we've done. So we have a good grasp on it now.
okay, well, very good. Yeah, I see here that, at least in my packet, it looks as though, okay, this is as of today. Yeah, I have a document here. I guess Jim will be handling this next week. Just as a reminder, I won't be here next week, Ray, and everybody else here. So I can't even Zoom because unfortunately I'll be at Mama's Fish House in Hana. So,
I feel so bad for you.
it isn't gonna work out there. Sorry, guys.
Life is hard.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm still looking forward to flying out on Saturday, I'll tell you. But anyhow, I will, we're moving pretty quickly here, so I will make sure whether this evening or before Friday, I'll sit down on the phone with Jim and just make sure that there's nothing else here I need to be aware of, but it looks pretty straightforward for next week to address this with the board. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Traffic issues. Hey, Mr. Steve, your turn. Oh, he's muted. There you go. We can hear you now.
We got a little presentation, very short and sweet.
Okay.
So we are rotating the sign around, and it's on Hardin right now. And this week we'll move it over to De Anza and then Carancho Vaquero. So that's the order we're going in.
Mhm.
We've had some signs that were knocked down, and we found a few signs that were in the wrong places. So we've been switching a few things out. And by the time the board meeting, that'll all be done.
Yeah.
We had a motorhome that was abandoned up on Calle Cresta. So we made a few phone calls and motorhome's gone. So that's my traffic report.
Wow.
Any questions for that?
I like it. It's short and sweet.
Uh-oh, I see a mistake here.
Uh-oh, okay.
Change that date. Okay. Yeah. So maintenance wise now we're working on, we did some weed spraying along those shoulders that we've already graded. This is an example of all the streets that we kind of touched a week or so ago. And we got a few more that we're finishing up this week. So it's an ongoing process. We're continuing to send out letters to all the homeowners that have not completed and complied with our request. And that's interesting because we had everybody complying the first go around, but now we've got a few that have not. So we're beefing up the letter a little bit. The next thing we're doing here is we've been clearing weeds to expose the fire hydrant. So this is what it looks like before we get in there with the weed whacker. And then afterwards, you can see it clearly gets everything, and then we put the weed kill on it so they don't come back there. So make these things nice and visible for everybody that needs to see them. And the final thing was you asked us to do a little research on the skid steer and kind of get you going on, some of the information that we have found so far. Best way to describe the skid steer is it's like a Swiss Army knife. It's not just one tool, it's multiple tools. And it can do a lot of things and get into places that sometimes the bigger, larger equipment can't get into. Go ahead, next slide. Jessica. Where'd she go? Miss Jessica, are you still there?
Oh, she just, you guys all froze. I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
So anyhow, it just rebooted right now. Sorry about that.
No
And
problem.
can you back up, Steve, if you don't mind?
Sure. Where do you want to back up to?
Let's see, you did the traffic issue after that.
Okay. No maintenance? You didn't get to any maintenance yet?
No, you all just
Okay.
were frozen in
Okay.
place.
Okay. All right. We'll do maintenance then.
Okay, thanks.
So we've been out spraying for weeds along all those shoulders that we graded. This is an example of what we did a week or so ago on the streets that we went and sprayed. We got a few more that we're doing this week and next week, and we'll have that all done. We're sending out letters to homeowners that have not completed and complied with our first letter. So we have a few that we're sending a second or third reminder to say, do it, or we'll have to do it for you and tag you with the bill. This is a safety project that we're doing right now. We're clearing weeds. This is an example of what it looks like before around a lot of our fire hydrants.
Mm.
And this is what it looks like afterwards, after we get the weeds out of there, and then we put the weed kill on it so that these are clearly exposed and available for anybody to see easily.
Okay.
And the last item, you asked us to take a look and start researching, putting some information together about the skid steer that we talked about. The best way to describe the skid steer is it's a Swiss Army knife. It's one tool that can do a lot of things, and it can get into places that our larger equipment can't necessarily get into.
Mhm.
As an example, these are all the pieces of equipment that we currently own that we would not necessarily have to have if we had a skid steer. There's 5 of them here that we could actually abandon because the skid steer can do all of these things. Give you a ballpark idea. This is the range of cost it could be, and with the attachments. Next slide. Skid steer, we figured out, will actually save us money in terms of renting equipment that we don't have, in terms of maintenance on all the machines that we do own, and tires, and so on. But the biggest expense that we could save on is the skid steer can do a lot of the tree trimming that we had to contract out previously over the years. And so we have that up. It looks like it's in the neighborhood of $70,000 roughly for an annual savings. So over 10 years time, that skid steer could generate a lot of money.
Mhm.
And we found out there's salvage value in all the equipment that we have, so that can help offset some of the costs. So that's kind of where we're at right now, and I'll answer any questions that you have.
No, pretty straightforward. In fact, what I'll do is, Jessica, if you don't mind, can I get a copy of that portion of the presentation of Steve's before I leave?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, very good. No questions here. How about you, Ray? Any questions for Steve?
Nope.
All righty. Okay, let's see, crew report.
Oh,
That's Jim, right? Oh, hey. He's muted.
there you go.
There we go. Hi. Sorry.
That's okay. We were moving on very quickly here.
Oh, good, good, good.
We're down on, we're on alphabet G.
Wow. You
Yeah.
guys are in a hurry for cocktail hour. Ray?
No, I'm not going to start any cocktails until Saturday. So
Oh, that's Mai Tais.
yeah. But anyhow, pretty straightforward today in terms of always the good work with all the guys here. And I don't know if you want to further comment on this additional piece of information here on Buena Vista. Did you want to add anything more to that?
Well,
For the
I believe Ron
Yes, he covered.
Howard,
Yeah, he-
okay, so you covered that you're going out to bid, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Good deal. And then also, I'm sure he gave his report with a big smile that we got the permit from who was that? The state, right?
So we got, they deemed our application complete. So that's from the CDFW. So that just means the application's complete. It still needs to go through the process. And the included letter went into more detail on that. That was their system sent that out, that email.
Oh,
So if the letter in there, it mentions the July, that they had till July, basically. So.
okay, then I guess I got all excited too quick, huh?
Oh, trust me, I did the same thing.
I didn't read on, I just got it so excited I couldn't read.
That's okay. It's good
Well,
practice.
at least it shows something's happening, so
Mhm.
Okay.
so that's good.
Okay, very good.
And then,
Alrighty.
I guess, are we at the last item on the agenda? The
Yes, we
state,
are, young man.
Well, I'm gonna leave all the fireworks for the next meeting, but Mary Ann and Robert pulled off a score yesterday on our gas tax. And we'd been doing a coaching session on Saturday. Jessica from home put us all on Zoom and made us give all of our reports, and we practice and everything.
Mhm.
And one of my comments at the end of our practice session was to Mary Ann. And I said, Mary Ann, back in the ancient history, I did a little stint as a mayor. And, like any job, those jobs have a job description and a way of doing things. And I said, you really need to be mayoral at this meeting. You're a president, but it's really the same in the whole scheme of local government. You're the mayor. So don't forget that, Mary Ann. When the opportunity presents itself, be the mayor. Well, at the end of the meeting, the senator who was chairing this meeting, and there was a lot of out of control bureaucrats. Ron's smiling because he was there. I forgot about that. Anyway, there's all these bureaucrats from the county trying to, say, no. And so Melinda says, well, I got to get to the Senate floor and there's 5 more minutes to go. I'll see you guys later. Kevin Jeffries, you don't get out of control here. Because he was like the next highest ranking elected official. So she walks away, her Zoom goes blank. So Mary Ann says, okay, now for the rest of the meeting, let's talk about where we're going, for Duluth with this gas tax. And Jeffrey's he was kind of taken aback. He thought he was taking the floor, right? Well, Mary Ann ran the meeting for the last 5 minutes, and it ended up with Kevin Jeffries. At the end, he wanted to have the last word. And I'm going to let them tell you what he said. I'll let Mary Ann and Robert tell you what he said. But basically, we hit a home run in the last minute of that game. And it was because Mary Ann had the gavel and was was running that meeting, and Jeffries had to put a positive spin and come around to the Duluth side. So I think we didn't hit a home run, but the ball hit the fence and bounced around, and we at least got the second. So I think we're in the game, and it went better than any of us could have expected. So they're going to fight us. They're not going to give it to us easy, but I think we're in the game. So I'll leave the report to Mary Ann at, the board meeting, but I know that you guys knew something was going on, and then they've worked 2 or 3 months on putting this meeting together, and it went well. So
Great job. Glad to hear that. I'll have to give
Yeah,
Marianne
so-
a buzz before I leave. Good job.
yeah. Oh, that's right. You're not going to be. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe, Mary Ann will fill you in. Give her a call and ask her how the meeting went. She'll be
Okay.
happy to tell you because she's pretty excited.
Well, good. No,
So-
definitely I'll do that. No, I'll be a big blank unless you all want me to send a photograph of myself, via
With a
Zoom.
Mai
I'd be
Tai and
happy
a
to do
pina colada in hand.
it. But anyhow, well, that's really good, great news. I'm really glad to hear that. And you're right, it's not going to happen overnight. We said that at the get-go, but you certainly have been making some real big headway here. So congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
Anything-
that's my big report.
Wow.
Other
We're
than
really,
that-
we're on a roll, Jim.
I think so.
We're on a real big roll. I mean, people out there are going to be happy here over the next few months in terms of Buena Vista and so forth. And hopefully next year, even more good news and getting closer to the gas tax situation. So great job. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, short meeting, well done. Y'all have a good meeting next week, and I will see you in June sometime.
Sounds good.
Have a great
Bring
week.
us a pineapple, will you?
Sure. Will do.
Macadamia nuts.
Oh, yeah, that too. Those are the
Yeah,
best. Yeah, I'll
expensive
take the
stuff.
nuts. Yeah, the nuts over the pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody be safe and have a good rest of the week, okay?
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
sounds good.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.